Hey everybody, welcome into this new video Tech Express. I'm going to be showing you how to get started with designing your very first website online store of Shopify. And for that, what we just did here is to get started with a brand new Shopify store, so we can show you step by step how we can actually do this. We can all see now that we are inside of Shopify that you're now into the actual dashboard. If you don't have an account in Shopify or you're just getting started, I'm going to leave you a link down below in the description so you can get started totally for free. So once you click into the link down below, you might be having access and you might be looking something like this for the very first time. So there's a couple of ways of how we can design an online store, but what we love to do here is the manual way. So if you go into the left pod and focus into add applications, you can always look out and scroll, for example, into Shopify App Store. Into the Shopify App Store, we can download a lot of applications that can be helping us to create our brand new online store with, let's say, for example, some template. So here into the categories, we have finding products, selling products, store design, marketing and conversion, and store management. If you focus into store design, it's going to be showing you a lot of steps that can be helping you to get started with. For example, there's the page fly. This is a landing page builder. And this has a lot of templates that you can use totally for free. And there's actually much more applications that can be helping you to get started with your online store design. So as we just saw before, we just told before, we love to do this manually and not by using templates that were created inside the App Store. But if you wanted to check those out, you can always install them and customize it as you wanted to. And as you can see, it's not that difficult to use this kind of templates. You just need to choose the one that fits for you and just add them directly into your store, and you're actually good to go. So what I want to do is to create my very first page without having to add any app store. And to do that, if I focus into my online store, here is my theme section. And this is the very first part you wanted to focus on. The installation of the theme that you wanted to use for your store. As you can see, this is like a preview of how it's going to be looking my store. I can go into the theme library. And here, as you can see, we do have free themes that we can choose in order to get started and customize stuff without coding and whatever. So you can choose to visit the theme store and you can choose the one that you loved the most. We personally loved a lot the Dawn theme by Shopify, and this is actually the one that we could just pre-installed by default, which is down here. So if I hit into these three dots, I can preview my store and check it out. This is only like a quick template. Like this is the main section, the menu. We have the header here into the upper side. We have the menu section search bar. We have the shop all. Here are the featured products, how it's going to be appearing our products, the subscribe to our emails, and the footer. So it is not looking that bad actually, but I think that this is more than enough in order to get started with a new store. So with that being said, I close this, I go back, and instead of going into preview, I'm going to hit into customize, not by first going into the left part and looking for settings. Inside settings, what you want to do is to make sure that inside your store details, you have your name of the store name, your store email, and the phone number. In my case, this store has no title, so you can add, let's say, for example, text store like that and hit into save. Now I want to focus into the left part and I want to scroll a little bit down until I see the brand section. Inside the brand section, what you can do is to add your custom logos, the square version of that, your primary secondary colors, your cover images, your slogan, your show description, and the social links. All of this is going to be automatically added into the theme that was generated for you from Shopify. So that means that we needed to add the elements, for example, add a default logo, and I upload my custom new image. For example, is actually this one. Once this has been successfully uploaded, you can always hit into done into the actual right part. And this is like the preview of how it's going to be looking your store. Once you have added your online store essential logos, which in my case is already been done, I'm going to hit now into the X mark. I'm going to go back into my online store, focus into my themes, and inside my themes, I wanted to customize my current theme, which in my case is done. Let's go into customize. Now, as you can see, we have just added the very first part of our stuff, which is our title and our logos and all of that. So if you focus into the left part that says sections, you can see that we have the header, we have the template of the image, and we have the footer. So if you stay and focused into the header, we have the announcement bar, for example. The announcement bar is the one that appears to the upper side. So you can always edit this if you wanted to. So let's say, for example, that I can change the actual color of my announcement bar. I can show separate line if I want to, or don't. So I can go a little bit back. And instead of choosing welcome to our store, let's click into have your very first, let's go for 100% discount code here. And you can add a custom link if you wanted to, let's say, for example, directly into the products. In our products, and there we go. I'm going to go back and I can start with the actual header. Inside the header, you can see that we have the main menu. We have the home version, we have the catalog, and we have the contact. You can change this if you wanted to, or you can actually remove the menu if you wanted to. And how it's going to be looking the menu type, like a drop down, like a mega menu, or like a drawer. This is totally depending on you. And lastly, we have this sticky header. I like, say, for example, always show the sticky header like this, or only always reduce the logo size, or unscroll up only. This is totally depending on what are your needs. I can go a little bit back. And now we have the template. Inside the image banner, this is like the first image that people are going to be seeing when they click into my store. I can import my own one, or I can choose a free image from the actual Shopify. For example, this image, and I click into select. I take a look, and if I liked it, I'm going to leave it like that. And I'm going to go back. And for example, instead of going with browse or the latest products, let's say shop now. Or let's go for welcome to my store, for example, or welcome to text store. That's really depending on what you're actually trying to reach for. I'm going to go back, and lastly here into the button that says shop all, let's go for shop now. And I'm going to go back, and there we go. So as you see here, what I'm just doing here is just to edit what I wanted to see into my store, what elements I wanted to see, what elements I don't want to see. Lastly, for example, the footer, I can add a email sign up, for example. Subscribe to our emails, and if you don't like this, you can always hit into don't see this, and I can add a new block, for example, here into my footer, add blocked, and I can add my socials. I can go for brand information. That's totally up to you guys. So lastly, guys, I can always go into the theme settings, and inside the theme settings, I can always select my custom logo, which in my case is this one. And this one is going to be appearing, of course, in here. And there we go. It's not looking that bad, actually. And actually, the header, we can always change the header color like that, for example. And check it out how it's going to be looking at our store. As you can see, it's taking a little bit more. So lastly, what you just need to do is to hit into save. And then later on, I can always go into view. And from something truly easy, we've now turned into something a little bit more professional. So I just needed to add my very first product. I can delete or edit my menu. I don't want to see the catalog and the contact only. Maybe I can add like an FIQ. I can add the contact form, for example, and adding some payment method in order to receive the money. And for that, I can always go into back, of course. I wanted to go into the exit mark and go back into my dashboard. And here I wanted to go into settings. Inside settings, you can always go into payments. And inside payments, you add your provider in order to receive the actual amount of money that you wanted to get. There's a lot of things to cover, actually. For example, how to add products into Shopify, how to check out your orders, how to add your own customers, how to check out the content, the meta object, how to check the analytics and the repos of your custom store, how to get started with your very first discount, So there's a lot, but truly a lot of things to cover here. So just in case you wanted to see something specific or you wanted to check out a full tutorial of how we can have an active professional store from Shopify, you can leave us a comment down below so we can check it out. We can make the constant video for you. So with that being said, we have now reached the very end of the video, but don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you wanted to see more great tools of the Shopify, the customization of your store, the design that we have now created, which in our case, it doesn't look that bad. And well, with that being said, hopefully we can see you next time. See you soon.